All right, good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Jammin' Sports on this Saturday. We've got coming up next in just a couple of minutes here, game number 6 of the World Series between the San Francisco Giants and the Seattle Mariners. Seattle leads the series 3 games to 2. They can wrap it up tonight with a win. And this is the game that has been postponed from last Thursday. We were supposed to play game 6 last Thursday, but we ran into a problem that we didn't know how to deal with at the time. So we have dealt with it. We decided to postpone the games so we can figure out what was going on. What is the problem? Well, look at what we have here on this lineup. At the bottom it says Seattle leads the series 3-2. It shows the starting pitcher for the Mariners as Mark Langston. That's true. Shows the starting pitcher for the Giants as Tim Lincecum. All right, all well and good. However, when you start the game, who is the pitcher for the Giants? It's Randy Johnson. And Randy Johnson's supposed to be on the Mariners. So I'm thinking to myself, something must have happened. Let me try to figure this out. We did a restart Thursday night. The same thing happened. So I said, okay, we're going to postpone the game until Saturday so we can figure out what went wrong. Well, here's what happened. All right. First of all, we have to go back and realize how we're doing this. All right. We took a roster that included historic teams with all 30 teams, and we ran a regular season with it. All right. We simulated the regular season. We didn't do the games in the regular season because it would just take too long. And we're playing each playoff game one game at a time. All right. Now, Randy Johnson, obviously on the Mariners. The Mariners made it to the World Series. In game 6 of the American League Championship with the White Sox, Randy Johnson got injured. He took a shot to the face. All right. He was injured so bad, he's on injured reserve. He's out. That's key. Okay, we forgot about that at the time. That's key. He's on injured reserve. All right. Johnson got injured game 6 of the ALCS against the White Sox. So we've not seen Randy Johnson play for the Mariners here in the World Series. However, Thursday night when we tried to do game 6, there he is starting for the Giants. We're like, what's going on? At first we thought maybe he got traded to the Giants because when you look at the Mariners roster, you don't see Johnson there. Okay. Randy Johnson pitched for the Mariners in the first 3 rounds, but not for the Giants, no. So we don't see Johnson on the Mariners roster. We forgot for a moment about injured reserve, and we saw that another player had taken his place, all right? But we got to remember now, when you're on injured reserve, that opens up a roster spot. You come off the roster, you can be put on later, but you can be replaced by somebody else. That's what we forgot about. So Johnson is still on Seattle, all right? However, so that explains that, why he's not on the Mariners roster. He was injured. He's on injured reserve. He's out for the rest of the year. We're in the World Series. It's the last series of the season anyway. So that explains Randy not being on the roster because he's on injured reserve. Why is he on the Giants? All right? And Evil Dead just wrote that in the corner there just now. All right? In this game, you'll see players like Reggie Jackson. Reggie Jackson is on the Orioles, he's on the Yankees, and he is on the A's. He's on there 3 times, all right? Reggie Jackson. Well, we forgot, at least until Evil Dead brought it up, that Randy Johnson, in his last season of his career, did play for the Giants. And these rosters are made up of historic players. And if the player is really good, he's going to appear on several different rosters, okay? So that's the case. Now, we have not seen Randy Johnson pitch for the Giants all postseason until now. But that's beside the point. The thing is, he was on the roster. We just didn't realize it because we've only been playing the playoff games. We haven't been doing the regular season. I'm sure he pitched several times during the regular season. We just didn't know it. So that's basically what's going on. All right, he's making his first postseason start for the Giants, okay, here in Game 6. He's on both the Mariners and the Giants roster. Just like Reggie Jackson is on 3 different team rosters. Just like Carlton Fisk is on the White Sox and on the Red Sox. All right? That's just the way the rosters are. So, it's not a problem. It was not an AI problem. It was just lack of understanding on our part. That being said, let's get set for game number 6 of the World Series between the Seattle Mariners and the San Francisco Giants. This will be from Seattle. The Mariners lead the series 3-2. Seattle can wrap it up tonight with a win. The Giants can force a Game 7 if they win. Game 7 would be tomorrow, also at 8 o'clock Eastern, if it comes to that. So that is why Randy Johnson is starting for the San Francisco Giants. The only mystery I have left is why it says Tim Lincecum is starting, but when we play the game, Johnson's starting. I have no idea. But it's not an error in the game. It's just an error of understanding on our part. So there you go. All right, with that being said, let's head out to Seattle for this one. The Giants and the Mariners, Game 6 here at Jammin' Sports. There's your lineups for tonight. Jammin' Sports presents Game 6 of the World Series. Live from T-Mobile Park in Seattle, it's the San Francisco Giants and the Seattle Mariners. Seattle leads the series 3-2 and can wrap it up tonight. Game 6 of the World Series up next here at Jammin' Sports. All right, we go to the top of the first inning here in Seattle. Mark Langston on the mound for the Mariners. Here in Game 6. Jimmy Jam with Evil Dead. Leading off, Hank Thompson for the Giants, the right fielder. Now that we got the Randy Johnson mystery solved, yeah, he's got gray hair. He used Head and Shoulders. Thompson at the plate. Game 6 about to get underway, and here we go. Outside, ball 1, count goes to 1-0. Can the Giants force a Game 7, or will the Mariners wrap it up tonight? The 1-0 pitch. Up high, 2-0. I know we postponed this game from Thursday, but you can't blame us. We're trying to figure out what was going on. And now the 2-0 pitch. In there for a strike, 2-1. Two and 1, the count to Thompson. Just underway, live from Seattle. Here's the 2-1 pitch. In there for a strike, 2-2. And now the 2-2 pitch. Big swing and a miss, struck him out for out number 1. One down for the Giants. Here in the top of the first, and now third baseman Freddie Lindstrom comes up. One out, base is empty here in the top of the first. A ground ball right to Brett Boone, and he'll toss him out. Lindstrom grounds out to second for out number 2. There's the starting lineup for the Giants. Cepeda playing first base today, McCovey the DH. looked at the Mariner lineup. They don't have Griffey in tonight. They have Teoscar Hernandez in. Here's the pitch to Bonds. In their first strike, 0-1. The left fielder Bonds. The count's 0-1. Two outs, counts 0-1. Here's the pitch. Up high, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, base is empty. And now the 1-1 pitch. Inside, 2-1. 2 balls and a strike to Barry Bonds. Langston trying to make it a 1-2-3 inning. The 2-1 pitch. Ground ball. Brett Boone throws to first for the out. 1-2-3 inning. No score here at Jammin' Sports. All right, Randy Johnson, the other Randy Johnson, on the mound for the Giants here in Game 6. Yeah, no. See, that's what was throwing us. His first postseason appearance. And he'll face Ichiro, the right fielder. Outside, ball 1. Count goes to 1-0. It's not a mistake. It's what was programmed in. He's on the roster. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And that's going to be a base hit into left field for Ichiro, a leadoff single for the Mariners. And now the second baseman, Brett Boone, will step up for Seattle near the top or bottom of the first. Ichiro at first base. The pitch by Johnson. In there for a strike, 0-1. I've noticed that the Giants' Randy Johnson has shorter hair. The Mariners' Randy Johnson has really long hair. They throw to first. Ichiro back in time. Yep, they got the older Johnson. That's right. 0-1 pitch. That's going to be a base hit. Ichiro. He may come home. He's rounding third. And he scores. Brett Boone with a double that scores Ichiro from first base. And the Mariners take a 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the first inning. Back-to-back hits by Seattle. You're probably right there, Evil Dead. Ichiro with a single, and then Boone with a double that scores Ichiro. And the Mariners lead it 1-0. Edgar Martinez, the DH. Outside, 1-0. So Seattle takes a quick 1-0 lead. Nobody out. Here in the bottom of the first inning. The 1-0 pitch. And that's going to be to Lindstrom. Edgar Martinez grounds out to the third baseman for out number 1. Freddie Lindstrom makes the play for the Giants at third. And now the left fielder, Raul Ibanez, will come up. It's the first game of the series. They don't have Griffey in there. I tried to change that too. I can't change that. In their first strike, 0-1. One out, runner on second base. That's Brett Boone at second. The Mariners lead it 1-0 with 1 out. The 0-1 pitch to Ibanez, down low, 1-1. Seattle trying to wrap it up tonight. The 1-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss, 1-2. Johnson's got the same number as when he plays for Seattle. And now the 1-2 pitch to Ibanez. A fly ball out to Thompson in right field. Makes the play for out number 2. Brett Boone stays at second for the Mariners. 2 down for Seattle here at the bottom of the first. And now the first baseman, Alvin Davis, comes up. 2 outs, Brett Boone at second base. The pitch, outside, 1-0. Now the 1-0 pitch. Davis fouls it off down the third base line, out of play. That'll even the count at 1-1. Jimmy Jam with Evil Dead here in Seattle. Game 6 of the World Series. The 1-1 pitch. Fouls it off down the first base line. Cepeda can't get to it. The count's at 1-2. And now the 1-2 pitch. Fouls it off. Count remains at 1-2. There's an RBI double by Brett Boone that scores Ichiro from first. Mariners take a 1-0 lead. And now the 1-2 pitch. Pops it up. Lindstrom goes over and makes the play for the final out. However, Brett Boone, an RBI double. And the Mariners lead it 1-0 here at Javits Sports. We go to the top of the second inning. Willie Mays will lead things off for the Giants. Mark Langston on the mound for the Mariners. The pitch by Langston. And that's a shot right to A-Rod. He'll throw to first for the out. Willie Mays grounds out to short. 1 out. Orlando Cepeda, the first baseman, now comes up for the Giants. The pitch by Langston. Fouls it off down the third base line. Count goes to 0-1. 1 out, bases empty for the Giants here in the top of the second inning. Seattle at 1-0. And now the 0-1 pitch. Outside, 1-1. As long as it's not Angel Hernandez, I'm good. And now the 1-1 pitch. A base hit down the line past Davis. Ichiro will throw it in. That'll be a base hit for Orlando Cepeda. A 1-out single. And the Giants have a runner aboard here in the top of the second. Next up, the shortstop, Brandon Crawford. 1 out, runner on first. Down in there for a strike, 0-1. Only hitting .220 during the postseason. And now the 0-1 pitch by Crawford. Fouls it off down the first base line, 0-2. And now the 0-2 pitch. Down low, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, runner on first base. The 1-2 pitch. Struck him out for out number 2. Crawford goes down swinging. 2 outs now for the Giants. Cepeda at first base. And now the DH, Willie McCovey, comes up. In there for a strike on the outside corner. Count goes to 0-1. And now the 0-1 pitch. Down low, inside. Count evens up to 1-1 on McCovey. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Cepeda at first base. The 1-1 pitch. Fouls it off down the third base line. Counts at 1-2. Now the 1-2 pitch. That's a high fly ball in right field. Ichiro making the play. At the end of 1.5, Mariners lead at 1-0 here at Jammin' Sports. We go to the bottom of the second. Alex Rodriguez, I did not realize he's only batting 197 here in the postseason against Randy Johnson. Up high, 1-0. The shortstop, A-Rod. Did he go around? No, 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes to A-Rod. The 2-0 pitch. A-Rod hits one into the night. See ya! A solo blast to lead off the bottom of the second inning. And the Mariners take a 2-0 lead. Wow. He hit that one a ton. He was about due. Let's take another look. They got all of that one. And the Mariners take a 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the second on a solo shot by Alex Rodriguez. The new center fielder, Teoscar Hernandez. Yeah, HGH kicked in there. Takes the first pitch for a ball. Hernandez playing in place of Griffey tonight. Hitting 273, that's not bad. The 1-0 pitch. Up high, 2-0. Mariners now lead at 2-0. Still nobody out here in the bottom of the second inning. The count's 2-0 to Hernandez. He went around, 2-1. Two balls and a strike. And now the 2-1 pitch. Down low, 3-1. Still nobody out. And now the 3-1 pitch. Fouls it off down the first base line, 3-2. Full count to Hernandez. 3-2 pitch. Struck him out looking for out number 1. One down for the Mariners here in the bottom of the second inning. They lead it 2-0. Catcher Dan Wilson only hitting 109. Down low, 1-0. These postseason averages aren't all that great. In the first 5 games, there were 2 shutouts, though. Wilson down the line, foul. Count goes to 1-1. Actually, there were 3 shutouts, I believe. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Fouls it off. Counts at 1-2 to Dan Wilson. Seattle can win it tonight with a win, or the Giants can force the Game 7. Down low, 2-2 to Dan Wilson. 1 out, bases empty. And now the 2-2 pitch. Popped it up. Jeff Kent, the second baseman, comes over and makes the play for out number 2. Wilson pops out to second. 2 down for the Mariners here in the bottom of the second. And now the third baseman, Kyle Seager, comes up. He's only hitting 140. In there for a strike, 0-1. And now the 0-1 pitch. Up high, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, bases empty. And now the 1-1 pitch. A ground ball right to Cepeda. Takes it himself. At the end of 2 complete, Mariners lead it 2-0 off a solo shot by Alex Rodriguez here at Jammin' Sports. We go to the top of the third. Second baseman Jeff Kent will lead things off for the Giants. Mariners up 2-0 here in the top of the third here in Game 6. Outside, 1-0. Langston still on the mound for Seattle. The 1-0 pitch. Inside, 2-0. If there's a Game 7, it'll be tomorrow night at 8 Eastern. And now the 2-0 pitch. And that's going to be a fair ball. Ibanez will throw it in. And it's a double for Jeff Kent. A leadoff double here in the third for the Giants. He hit that one right down the line. That just stayed fair, barely. Oh, so close. Let's get a closer look at it. Oh, yeah. Good call. That was fair. And now Joey Bart, the catcher, comes up hitting .098. My goodness. Fouls it off down the first baseline. Counts 0-1. Now that's the average for the entire postseason, by the way. Not just the World Series. Nobody out, runner on second base. That's Jeff Kent. The count's 0-1 to Bart. Bart fouls it off, 0-2. .02 pitch. Did he go around? No. Counts up 1-2 to Bart. 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out. Runner at second base. Swung and struck him out for out number 1. 1 down for the Giants here at the top of the third. Right fielder Hank Thompson comes up. Jeff Kent still at second. The pitch to Thompson. Pops it up. Hernandez comes over in center field and makes the play for out number 2. 2 down for the Giants here at the top of the third. Third baseman Freddie Lindstrom comes up. Jeff Kent still at second base. The pitch inside, 1-0. And now the 1-0 pitch outside, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Jeff Kent at second base. Here in the top of the third. Mariners lead at 2-0 here in Game 6. The 1-1 pitch. A ground ball right to Seager. He'll throw to first for the out. Nice play by Seager. Mariners lead at 2-0 here at Jammin' Sports. All right, we go to the bottom of the third. Right fielder Ichiro will lead things off for the Mariners. Randy Johnson on the mound for the Giants still. Popped up. Down the line, hooking foul. Count goes to 0-1 to Ichiro. Oh, 0-1 pitch. In there for a strike. The way Seattle's been hitting Johnson, Evil Dead's comment earlier is right. This is an older Randy Johnson when he played for the Giants for that one season. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Down low. He swung at it. They'll throw to first to make it official. Ichiro strikes out. Misty's back in the house. How you doing, Misty? Using Gracie's phone again. One down for the Mariners. Here in the bottom of the third. They lead it 2-0. Second baseman Brett Boone with 1 out, bases empty. In there for a strike, 0-1. Well, that's good. Make that big money. Counts 0-1. And now the 0-1 pitch. Rips it foul. Counts 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. 0-2 pitch. Swung and struck him out for out number 2. Well, this Randy Johnson is starting to get his groove on. And now with 2 outs, bases empty, the DH, Edgar Martinez, comes up. It's a good thing Seattle got those 2 runs early. The pitch to Martinez. In there for a strike, 0-1. Now the 0-1 pitch. A ground ball right to Kent, and he'll make the play. At the end of 3 complete, the Mariners lead it 2-0 here at Jammin' Sports. All right, we go to the top of the 4th inning here in Game 6. Barry Bonds will lead things off for the Giants, down 2-0. The left fielder facing Mark Langston. Outside, 1-0. The Giants must be saving Lincecum for Game 7 if there is one. And now the 1-0 pitch. Outside, 2-0 to Bonds. And now the 2-0 pitch. Big swing and miss. Count goes to 2-1 to Barry Bonds. The 2-1 pitch. In there for a strike. They'll leave the count at 2-2. 2-2 pitch by Langston. Down low, full count to Bonds at 3-2. And now the 3-2 pitch. Struck him out looking for out number 1. Langston just blew that one by him. And now the center fielder, Willie Mays, comes up with 1 out, bases empty, here in the top of the 4th. In there for a strike, 0-1. 1 out, bases empty. Counts 0-1 to Mays. The 0-1 pitch. Mays pops it up. Hernandez in center field makes the play for out number 2. So Willie Mays flies out to center. 2 down for the Giants here in the top of the 4th. And now the first baseman, Orlando Cepeda, comes up. The pitch by Langston. Up high, 1-0.
1-1, no pressure.
The 1-0 pitch. High fly ball into center field. Hernandez goes over and makes the play for the final out. A 1-2-3 inning. Mariners up 2-0 here at Jammin' Sports. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Left fielder Raul Ibanez will lead things off for the Mariners, facing Randy Johnson. The pitch in their first strike. Now the 0-1 pitch in their first strike. 0-2 to Ibanez. Mariners lead at 2-0 here in Game 6. Mariners trying to wrap it up tonight and win the World Series. 0-2 pitch. Fouls it off. Count remains 0-2. If the Giants win, we'll have a Game 7 tomorrow at 8 o'clock Eastern. Down low, count goes to 1-2 to Ibanez. The 1-2 pitch. Up high, count goes to 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out, nobody out. The 2-2 pitch. Down low, full count to Ibanez at 3-2. Now the 3-2 pitch. Ibanez out to left. Bonds going back. It's a base hit. It's a ground rule double. It bounced over the fence. It bounced and it hit above that line. So that's a ground rule double. Ibanez on second base with nobody out. And now the first baseman, Alvin Davis, comes up. In there, inside, count goes to 1-0 to Davis. A base hit with score run. Ibanez at second with nobody out. The 1-0 pitch. Fouls it off, 1-1. And now the 1-1 pitch to Alvin Davis. Outside, 2-1. Two-one pitch by Johnson. Davis rounds it up. Foul down the third base line. Count evens up at 2-2. 2-2 pitch. Struck him out looking for out number 1. 4 strikeouts for Johnson. And now Alex Rodriguez comes up back in the second inning. He had a solo shot homer. 1 out, Ibanez at second base. A-Rod at the plate. The pitch. Inside, 1-0. And now the 1-0 pitch. Right to Cepeda. Alex Rodriguez lines out to first for out number 2. Cepeda didn't have to move. And now the center fielder, Teoscar Hernandez, with 2 outs, Ibanez at second base. Outside, 1-0. A base hit would score a run here. The 1-0 pitch in their first strike. Count goes to 1-1 to Hernandez. And now the 1-1 pitch. Fouls it off. Count goes to 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Ibanez at second base. The 1-2 pitch. Outside. Counts at 2-2. The 2-2 pitch. Struck him out. That'll end the inning. Mariners still lead at 2-0 here at Jammin' Sports. We go to the top of the 5th here in Game 6. Shortstop Brandon Crawford will lead things off for the Giants. Mariners lead at 2-0. The pitch by Langston. Outside, 1-0. Game 6 of the World Series. Mariners lead the series 3-2. Counts 1-0 to Crawford. Outside, count goes to 2-0. Top of the 5th inning. Mariners up 2-0. 2-0 pitch. Ball 3, outside. Counts 3-0 to Crawford. And now the 3-0 pitch. Big swing and a miss, 3-1. Three balls, 1 strike, nobody out, nobody on. 3-1 pitch. High in the air. Hernandez. Nope, Ibanez will take it. And Crawford flies out to left. 1 down. One down for the Giants here in the top of the 5th. The DH, Willie McCovey, comes up. The pitch by Langston. Outside, 1-0. Now the 1-0 pitch. Up high, 2-0. 1 out, bases empty for the Giants here in the top of the 5th. Mariners up 2-0. Two-0 pitch. Ripped, it's a base hit. Ibanez stumbles a bit, throws it in. And that'll be a 1-out single for McCovey. Next up, the second baseman, Jeff Kent, for the Giants, will come up. 1 out, McCovey at first base. Giants trying to get back in the game here in the top of the 5th. The pitch by Langston. Down low, 1-0. And now the 1-0 pitch. Down low, 2-0. Jeff Kent, the second baseman, counts 2-0. 1 out. McCovey at first base for the Giants. Two-0 pitch. Fouls it off. Count goes to 2-1. And now the 2-1 pitch. Popped it up. Brett Boone in the shallow center field makes the play for out number 2. So Jeff Kent pops out to the second baseman. 2 down for the Giants here in the top of the 5th. And now the catcher, Joey Bart, comes up. Willie McCovey still sitting at first base. Pitch by Langston. Up high, 1-0. And now the 1-0 pitch. Big swing and a miss. That'll even up the count at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. McCovey at first base. The 1-1 pitch. Did it go around? Yes. 1-2. Langston trying to retire the side here. The count's at 1-2 to Bart. Hello, Bob or Elmo. Outside, 2-2. Good to see you there. I'll call you, we'll call you Bob. How you doing there, Bob? Game 6 of the World Series. 2-2 pitch. Bart pops it up down the first base line, out of play. Count remains at 2-2. Two-two pitch. He went around, struck him out. That'll retire the side. Mariners up 2-0 here at Chapman Sports. We go to the bottom of the 5th here in Game 6. Mariners lead it 2-0. The catcher, Dan Wilson, will come up facing Randy Johnson. Inside, count goes to 1-0. And now the 1-0 pitch. Fouls it off down the first base line. They'll even the count at 1-1. Doesn't look like Bob stayed very long. 1-1 pitch. He went around. 1-2 to Dan Wilson. And now the 1-2 pitch. A ground ball right to Lindstrom. Throws to first for the out. Dan Wilson grounds out to third. One down for the Mariners here in the bottom of the 5th. Freddie Lindstrom making the play. Third baseman Kyle Seager comes up. One out, bases empty here in the bottom of the 5th. In there for a strike, 0-1. Now the 0-1 pitch. Out into left field. Barnes comes over and makes the play. Seager flies out to left. 2 down for the Mariners. And now we go to the top of the order. Ichiro, the right fielder, will come up with 2 outs, bases empty here in the bottom of the 5th. Facing Randy Johnson. The Giants, Randy Johnson. Here's the pitch. And that's a shot right to Crawford. He'll throw to first for the out. A 1-2-3 inning for the Mariners. They still lead it 2-0 at the end of 5 here at Chapman Sports. We go to the top of the 6th. The Giants' right fielder Hank Thompson will lead things off. Seattle still up 2-0. Langston pitching a shutout so far. Down low, 1-0. T-Mobile Park in Seattle, Game 6 of the World Series. Mariners trying to wrap it up tonight. Now the 1-0 pitch. In there for a strike, 1-1 to Thompson. And now the 1-1 pitch. Pops it up. A-Rod in shallow left. Makes the play for out number 1. Thompson pops out to the shortstop. 1 down for the Giants here in the top of the 6th. Third baseman Freddie Lindstrom comes up. You know, if Seattle ends up winning this series, it's the pitching that's going to do it for them. The pitching has really come through. In there for a strike, 0-1 to Lindstrom. No ball is going to strike. 1 out, base is empty. The 0-1 pitch. Outside, 1-1. And now the 1-1 pitch. Outside, 2-1. 2 balls and a strike to Lindstrom with 1 out, bases empty. We're in the top of the 6th. Mariners up 2-0. And now the 2-1 pitch. Ball 3, low and inside. Count goes to 3-1. And now the 3-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss. Full count to Lindstrom at 3-2. Three-two pitch. Right up the middle. Langston throws to first for the out. Lindstrom grounds out to the pitcher for out number 2. And Langston got nailed in the leg. He's going to walk it off. He's going to rub some dirt on it. He'll be all right. He doesn't want to come out. And now with 2 outs, bases empty, left fielder Barry Bonds comes up for the Giants, facing Mark Langston. Langston pitching a gem so far. High out to right field. That one's gone. A solo shot by Barry Bonds. A 2-out solo shot home run. And the Mariner lead has been cut in half. Seattle now leads 2-1. Let's watch this one again. Bonds got all of that one. Yeah, that cleared the right field fence pretty well. And now the Mariners lead is 2-1 here in the top of the 6th. 2 outs, bases empty. Willie Mays is up, the center fielder. Inside, 1-0.
Count 1-0.
So the Giants get halfway back. And now the 1-0 pitch to Mays. Fouls it off, evens the count at 1-1. One ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, bases empty. The 1-1 pitch. Down low, 2-1. 2 balls and a strike, the 2-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss. That'll even the count at 2-2 to Mays. Langston trying to get out of the inning. He got nailed in the leg a couple of batters ago. He's probably hurting. The 2-2 pitch. Popped it up. Seager at third. We'll take it for the final out. However, Barry Bonds, a solo shot, and that makes the Seattle lead 2-1 here at Jammin' Sports. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Brett Boone, the second baseman, will lead things off for the Mariners, facing Randy Johnson. Here's the pitch. Fouls it off. Count goes to 0-1. If the Mariners win, they win the series. If the Giants win, we'll have a Game 7 tomorrow. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Ripped out to left field. Bonds going back and makes the play on the warning track. Route number 1. Bonds runs it down. 1 down for the Mariners here in the bottom of the 6th. The DH, Edgar Martinez, up next. The pitch by Johnson. In there for a strike, 0-1. And now the 0-1 pitch. In there for a strike, 0-2. Oh, 2 to Martinez. The pitch. Pops it up. Fly ball, right field. Thompson gets under it for out number 2. Martinez flies out to right. 2 down for the Mariners here in the bottom of the 6th. Left fielder Raul Ibanez will come up next. Johnson trying to make it a 1-2-3 inning. In there for a strike, 0-1. And now the 0-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss, 0-2. 0-2 pitch. Fouls it off. Count remains at 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 0-2 pitch. Up high, inside, 1-2. And now the 1-2 pitch. Ripped into right field. Thompson going back on the warning track. Makes the final out. At the end of 6 complete, the Mariners lead at 2-1 here at Jammin' Sports. We go to the top of the 7th inning here in Game 6. It's just a 1-run ball game. First baseman Orlando Cepeda comes up, facing Mark Langston. High and outside, 1-0. And now the 1-2 or 1-0 pitch to Cepeda. Down low, 2-0. Munoz and Sewald warming up the bullpen for Seattle. Counts 2-0 to Cepeda. And now the 2-0 pitch. Outside, 3-0. Giants trying to get a leadoff walk here in the top of the 7th. Down 2-1. 3-0 pitch, outside. It's a leadoff walk for the Giants here in the top of the 7th. Both teams have had good pitchings. You're right, Evil Dead. That's it for Langston. Let's see who the Mariners bring in. Robbie Ray will come on in. Yeah, the tying runs at first base. A leadoff walk for the Giants here in the top of the 7th inning. Mariners lead at 2-1. Oh yeah, the pitching in this series has been outstanding. And now the pitch to Crawford. It's up high, 1-0. Yep, they need a double play. In their first strike, they'll leave the count at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, nobody out. Runner on first base, Cepeda. Outside, 2-1. Now the 2-1 pitch. Foul down the first base line. They'll even the count at 2-2 to Brandon Crawford, the shortstop. And now the 2-2 pitch. Popped it up, fly ball out in the left field. Ibanez will get under it. 1 out for the Giants here in the top of the 7th. Now the Mariners really need a double play. Double play can end the inning here. They DH for tonight for the Giants. Willie McCovey. 1 out, runner on first. That's Cepeda at first base. Appreciate that, Evil Dead. In their first strike, 0-1. And now the 0-1 pitch. McCovey fouls it off down the third base line. Count goes to 0-2. And now the 0-2 pitch. Fouls it off. Count remains at 0-2. And now the 0-2 pitch. Down low, count goes to 1-2 to Willie McCovey. Yeah, USC is overrated. 1-2 pitch. McCovey, ground ball, fouls it off down the third base line. Count remains at 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Cepeda at first base. The 1-2 pitch by Ray. McCovey fouls it off again. Ray's thrown a lot of pitches to McCovey. A boatload of pitches. Oh yeah, he's a good pitcher. 1-2 pitch. Up high, they'll even the count at 2-2. 2-2 pitch. Fouls it off. It's a long at bat by McCovey. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Cepeda at first base. 2-2 pitch. High in the air, out to Ibanez. Drifting back and makes the play for out number 2. Cepeda stays at first base. 2 down for the Giants. And now Jeff Kent, the second baseman, comes up. 2 down for the Giants here in the top of the 7th. The pitch by Ray. Fouled off. Count goes to 0-1. Ray trying to get out of the inning. Oh, 1 pitch. High in the air, out to Ibanez on left. And Ibanez makes the final out at the end of 6.5. Mariners lead it 2-1 here at Jammin' Sports. First baseman Alvin Davis will lead things off for Seattle here in the bottom of the 7th. Mariners lead it 2-1. Yep. Facing Randy Johnson. In there for a strike, 0-1. If the Mariners win, they win the series. If the Giants come back, we'll have a Game 7 tomorrow. Davis down the line, foul. Count goes to 0-2. Now the 0-2 pitch. Up high, 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
1 ball, 2 strikes. The 1-2 pitch. Foul ball. Down the first base line. Count remains at 1-2 to Alvin Davis. And now the 1-2 pitch. And that's a foul ball down the third base line. Count remains at 1-2. And now the 1-2 pitch. Outside, 2-2. Nobody out, nobody on. The 2-2 pitch. Down low, full count. 3-2 to Alvin Davis. And now the 3-2 pitch. A high fly ball out to Bonds and left. Bonds going back, it's over the wall. Home run. A solo shot by Alvin Davis just over the left field fence. And the Mariners take a 3-1 lead. And Seattle's that much closer to winning the World Series. Still nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Let's watch this one again. Mariners up 3-1. And I think that's it for Johnson. Yep, he's done for the night. Let's see who the Giants bring in. Alex Wood will come in relief. Nobody out for the Mariners. Here in the bottom of the 7th, they lead it 3-1. And now A-Rod, Alex Rodriguez, he hit a homer back in the 2nd tonight. Outside, 1-0. Like to see him hit another one. Why not? Nobody out, base is empty. The count's 1-0 to Rodriguez. The pitch, down low, 2-0. When you look at the Giants roster, you knew it had to take great pitching to beat them. A-Rod, a shot to Crawford, throws, a throwing error by Crawford. Error on Crawford. And A-Rod is safe at first. Still nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th. I mean, when you look at the Giants lineup, it would have to take great pitching to beat them. Teoscar Hernandez, the center fielder. There goes A-Rod, safe. And now Seattle with the runner on second base. Nobody out. The count to Hernandez is 1-0. A-Rod at second. Fouls it off down the first base line. 1-1. I mean, that has been the biggest factor for Seattle here in this series is their pitching. The 1-1 in their first strike. 1-2. Logan Webb warming up for the Giants in the bullpen. One ball, 2 strikes. 1-2 pitch. Inside, 2-2. Mariners looking for some more insurance runs. 2-2 pitch. Fouls it off. Count remains at 2-2 to Hernandez. And now the 2-2 pitch. Struck him out looking for out number 1. Hernandez didn't like it. He thought it was high. I did too. But they called it a strike. Let's watch it again. Well, I guess it was in there. Next up, the catcher, Dan Wilson. 1 out for the Mariners. Here in the bottom of the 7th, they lead it 3-1. A-Rod at second base with 1 out. The pitch to Wilson. High fly ball out into left field, and Barnes makes the play for out number 2. 2 down for Seattle here in the bottom of the 7th. And now Kyle Seager, the third baseman, comes up. A-Rod still at second base. The pitch down low, 1-0. The 1-0 pitch. Inside, 2-0 to Seager. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. A-Rod at second. The 2-0 pitch. Seager out to right field, and Thompson will make the play for the final out. At the end of 7, Alvin Davis, a solo shot, and it gives the Mariners a 3-1 lead here at Jammin' Sports. Andres Munoz will come in to pitch for Seattle here in the top of the 8th. The Mariners 6 outs away from a World Series championship. Joey Bart, the catcher, will lead things off for the Giants here in the top of the 8th inning. Munoz on the mound. The pitch down low, 1-0. Sasaki and Sewell warming up. Counts 1-0 to Joey Bart. 1-0 pitch in their first strike, 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. Nobody out, nobody on. Here's the pitch. Fouls it off. Sewell, all right, thank you. Counts at 1-2 to Joey Bart. The 1-2 pitch. Down low, 2-2. The 2-2 pitch. A ground ball right to Seager. He'll throw to first for the out. Hart grounds out to third. Seattle 5 outs away. Sewell. Hank Thompson, the right fielder. 1 out, bases empty. We're in the top of the 8th. Mariners up 3-1. The pitch by Munoz. In there for a strike, 0-1. 0-1 pitch. A ground ball. Seager again throws to first for the out. 2 down for the Giants. The Mariners are 4 outs away from a World Series championship. Freddie Lindstrom will come up, the third baseman. Facing Munoz. Down low, 1-0. The Baltimore Orioles won the 2 World Series in games or in seasons 1 and 2. The Cubs won Sim Season 3 over the A's. The count's 1-1 to Lindstrom, the third baseman. Can Seattle win Sim Season 4? Big swing and a miss. Count goes to 1-2 to Freddie Lindstrom. Now the 1-2 pitch. He went around, struck him out. Mariners up 3-1 here at Chapman Sports. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Mariners looking for some insurance runs. Ichiro will lead things off. Facing Alex Wood. In their first strike, 0-1. Wilson and Baumgartner warming up for the Giants. And now the 0-1 pitch. Down low, 1-1.
1-1.
Ichiro, the right fielder. The 1-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss. Count goes to 1-2. We're in the bottom of the 8th. Mariners up 3-1 here in Game 6. Trying to get some insurance runs to take into the 9th. The 1-2 pitch. Pops it up. Thompson in right field will make the play for out number 1. 1 down for the Mariners here in the bottom of the 8th. Second baseman Brett Boone comes up. 1 out, bases empty here in the bottom of the 8th. The pitch by Wood. Boone rips it down the line, foul. Count goes to 0-1. 1 out, bases empty. And now the 0-1 pitch. Inside, 1-1. And now the 1-1 pitch. In there for a strike, 1-2 to Boone. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, bases empty. Boone at the plate. The 1-2 pitch. Boone, a base hit. A 1-out single in the left field. The Mariners have a runner aboard with 1 out. And now Edgar Martinez, the DH, will come up. They throw to first. Boone's back in time. 1 out. Runner on first base, that's Boone. Martinez at the plate. Down low, 1-0. Mariners lead at 3-1 here in the bottom of the 8th, here in Game 6. The 1-0 pitch. Inside, 2-0. Where is Corey? He's missing this. I'm sure he'll watch it later. Counts 2-0 to Edgar Martinez. The 2-0 pitch. Fouls it off. Joey Bart will make the play. Martinez pops out to the catcher. 2 down. And now the left fielder, Raul Ibanez, will come up with 2 outs and a runner on first base. They throw to first. Boone's back in time. Mariners lead it 3-1. Ground ball to Lindstrom to get the lead runner for the out. At the end of 8 complete, Mariners lead it 3-1. We go to the 9th here at Jammin' Sports. Kazuhiro Sasaki will come on to pitch for the Mariners to try to shut this one down. Seattle just 3 outs away. Barry Bonds will lead things off, and back in the 6th inning, he hit a solo shot. Seattle can wrap it up. They're 3 outs away. Bonds fouls it off. Count goes to 0-1. Sasaki on the mound. The 0-1 pitch. Fouls it off. Quickly 0-2. Mariners just 3 outs away. And now the 0-2 pitch. Outside, 1-2. Sasaki closed it out in game 5. Struck him out. 1 down. The Mariners are 2 outs away from a World Series championship. Willie Mays comes up. The center fielder with 1 out, bases empty. Facing Sasaki. The pitch. In there for a strike. 0-1. This place is going to get nuts. The 0-1 pitch. Ground ball. Seager throws to first for the out. 2 down. The Seattle Mariners are 1 out away from a World Series championship. Willie Mays grounds out to third. And now the first baseman, Orlando Cepeda, comes up. Giants are down to the last out. Sasaki trying to close it out. The pitch. In there for a strike. 0-1. The 0-1 pitch. Fouls it off down the line. 0-2. The Giants are down to the last strike. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Down low, 1-2. The Mariners just 1 strike away. Kazuhiro Sasaki on the mound. The 1-2 pitch. Inside, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And now the 2-2 pitch. Struck him out, and the Seattle Mariners are World Series champions. They defeat the San Francisco Giants 4-2. Seattle Mariners are World Series champions, winning the World Series 4-2 over the Giants. Once again, your final score, the Mariners win it 3-1 to wrap up the World Series. The Seattle Mariners are World Series champions. We have hockey up next. It's the Boston Bruins and the Washington Capitals here at Jammin' Sports.